Want to see me build a trading PC that can drive 8 monitors? What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Recently a stock trader reached out to me asking if I can build a computer for him, and of course I said yes. And in this video I will be showing a short montage of me building this computer and also be explaining some of the parts I chose and why. And without any further ado, let's begin. The CPU is one of the most important parts for a stock trading PC, and he will be using Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade, and it's pretty demanding on the CPU, so I went with the Ryzen 7 3700X. It has 8 cores and 16 threads, and it can handle Thinkorswim running, it can handle many other applications running in the background with those lots of cores that we have on hand. And it's also very powerful, it has a high frequency, so when the market is really active, he will not be experiencing any slowdowns. Now for the RAM. Thinkorswim is very demanding on the RAM if you allow it. So I went with 32 gigabytes of Crucial Ballistics 3600 MHz at CL16. It can handle Thinkorswim running, it can handle Google running in the background, Chrome, many tabs, and it'll be great. So he won't be experiencing any slowdowns while trading. The GPU is probably the most important and the most difficult part to choose out because it had to run up to 6 monitors. And I started off with going with the RX 570 8GB model, which can support up to 4 monitors, but using splitters you could probably maybe get up to 6. And then I went for the 5700 XT by ASRock. That has 6 display output, so it's a bit cleaner, but it's super expensive. But instead now I went with 2 Quadro P620s. And since Thinkorswim needs to run a lot of charts and a lot of 2D graphics, these Quadro cards will be great at that, and they're super stable, they're great at 2D, and overall they're just really good cards, and this can drive up to 8 monitors, which is really insane. The motherboard I went with was the Asus Prime X570 Pro. It has 2 16X slots, so I can put 2 Quadro P620s in there. And it also has a great VRM chipset, so you could throw a Ryzen 9 in here, it can handle that no problem. You can overclock the Ryzen 7, no problem. And it's also that nice white color, which I really love. And he's mainly going to be using Ethernet or wired internet in this case on this PC, but I threw in a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth card, so if you wanted to connect to like a Bluetooth speaker or Bluetooth peripherals, that'll be okay. For the storage, I chose a 1TB external SSD by Team Group. It's really fast and it's 1TB, so it'll be enough. You could put many applications on there and not have to worry about running out of storage. Honestly, this one's a bit overkill. I went with the EVGA 600BR power supply, and it's 600 watts, and the P620s aren't very power hungry, so it'll be okay. But I got a good deal on it, so I went with it anyways. The case I went with was the Fractal Design Mesh FIC without the window. He didn't really care about aesthetics, so I just went with the solid black side panel instead of the tempered glass one, which is $5 more. It has 1 intake fan and 1 exhaust fan, so it'll keep the components cool, and the components don't dissipate a lot of heat, so they should be okay. One thing I was complaining about this case is that getting the cables in were a complete headache because the USB 3.0 cable barely reached to the motherboard right here. That wasn't very fun to get it there. The 24 pin was hard to reach. The SATA cable was hard to put it in there because the motherboard was blocking it. Whatever. It was a pain to get it in. But overall, it has great build quality, just those few complaints. hope you guys found this video helpful. And while making this PC, I learned a ton. I learned about what trading PCs needed to optimize, like what things you needed to put in so that it can run the best, or what is important, what's not as important. And I just learned a ton. And with that said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.